What's going on, guys? I'm back here today because I want to talk about my Sony MDR 1000x headphones and some features you may not know about and how you could also use these headphones. So what I'm here to do today is to show you testing with these as a noise canceling, decibel reducing ear muff, like you would wear a Impact Sport, like you've seen me wear here on the channel, earplugs, or something as expensive as the Sony Tactical Pros. So I know what you're gonna say, Steve, these are not made for shooting sports. They're not made as ear protection. They're made as headphones. There's no, noise dampening material in here that would reduce decibels to your ear, like the Impact Pros or the Sony. They're just a headphone. And you're right, they are a headphone. But last time I checked, anytime you cover your ear with anything, your finger, ear muffs in the wintertime, anything that blocks sound waves getting into your inner ear to what you are audibly hearing is a muff. You're muffling the sound regardless. So my idea was, I bought these because, maybe you are, maybe you're not into music. I really enjoy music, so I did a lot of research on what the best music headphone currently out right now is, and these compared with the other top tier Bose QC35s, every video I watched, all the research I've done, these beat them out in noise canceling, sound performance features, all that. We'll go over that a little bit, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about using these as dual purpose hearing protection at the range. So another point to this is what the Sony and the Impact Sports offer is an electronic muff that will cut sound when it gets to a certain decibel reading. So I believe it's 85 decibels. When they sense a noise above 85 or above, they'll shut the electronic mic off to your ear, so then it just becomes a muff. So essentially what you're doing is you have a plain muff that's allowing you to hear outside noises, range commands, buddies at the range, anything like that, and then once shooting starts, it cuts the mic off and it just becomes a regular muff. The question then is, why couldn't you use headphones to do the same thing? I mean, these try to act like they're dual purpose, same thing with the Sony, where you got a little audio jack here where you can pipe in your iPhone, iPad, or iPod and listen to music while you're maybe wearing these, mowing the grass, or whatever it is. So it's like, well, why not take a dedicated headphone and use it also as like a supplemental hearing protection device while you're at the range? Now, don't get me wrong. If you're somebody that's at the range with people all the time, you're in classes all the time, you need to hear direction from instructors all the time, then the Sony or the Impact Pros may be a better option. But if you're just a casual shooter, you come out on the weekends, there's not really a whole bunch of people around, you're not talking to many people or something like that, why not spend extra money on a premium headphone and use it supplementally as a muff? So that's my idea. Now, I'll throw in links to how much the Impact Pros are, from Amazon, and the Sony and these. But from what I gather, these are more expensive than the Sony. The Sony are like close to 300 bucks. These on sale right now, when I bought them, they're $328 on Amazon. Best Buy price match if you don't have a Prime membership, anything like that. What these have that other headphones don't have is top tier noise canceling capability and features such as built-in mics that allow ambient sound in should you be at the range and need to hear people talking, or just not even at the range, out and about, running, working out, you can turn on that feature. Whereas, these or other music headphones, you can't turn on and off noise canceling or turn on and off ambient sound or voice recognition capabilities. So this is where these shine, and that's what we're testing here today. So I brought out a couple different firearms. I brought out a .22 rifle, brought out a 9mm pistol, and I brought out AK-47. So I feel like that kind of gives us a good range of going from the quiet side of the 22 up to an AK-47, which is pretty loud. So let's get into it. Let's test it out and see how it performs. One other note, I don't claim to be a professional decibel reader or anything, but what I can tell you is daily I wear EarPro. At my job, where I work, I wear EarPro every day. Different kinds of EarPro. I've experimented with a bunch. I can give you a very experienced opinion on how these work as ear protection. So let's do some shooting and we'll talk about some of the features on these while we're doing that. Alright guys, so here they are if you haven't seen them. I'm sure you have if you're watching this video. Maybe it popped up on a search. They're on right now. Noise canceling is on. So you can turn noise canceling on or off via a button on this side. There's also another setting for ambient sound on or off, which would be you can choose ambient sound, just general all ambient sounds, or voice. It focuses on voice ambient sounds or voice sounds. So which turns noise canceling off, turns on the microphone. The microphone's on each side to then be able to hear everything around, even while you're playing music at a reasonable volume, obviously. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave the noise canceling on. But another great feature, if you want to use these, they have technology to where if you put your fingers, 2 fingers, hand over the right ear cup, it automatically turns off noise canceling and brings in the ambient sound from all around. So now the microphone is on and I can hear everything going on right now. As soon as I remove my hand, off. Noise canceling on, it turns back into an earmuff with noise canceling. So I think this is a cool feature to one, if you're at a range and if you're listening to commands, or you need to hear that, or people around. You can't really hear them because you got your noise canceling on, you got your headphones on, but then you're like, you hear somebody talking, what was that? Now you can hear them. Back to normal. So that's pretty sweet. So it's sort of the opposite of what the Impact Pros and the Sordens are going to do, or any electronic earmuff is, where you're hearing everything all the time, shots go off, it shuts it down. So now it's canceled all the time, but when you need to hear something, you can hear it. So let's shoot some, and let's see what it sounds like. Guys, to my ear, again, not a professional, but I wear EarPro all the time. This sounds just like any earmuff you would wear. The Impact Sports that I have, when I would take a shot, it sounds just like that. My voice now is dampened to you. I can't really hear my voice that well. And completely hearing safe, I feel like, to my ear, with the 22. So let's step it up. Let's go to the 9mm, see what that sounds like. Alright guys, what I got here is my Canik TP9 SFX. See what that is like with these on, and see if I think that it is just as good as any standard muff you would wear while at the range. Didn't lock open, but what I can tell you is, again, to my ear, hearing safe. No issue with how much reduction in sound you're gonna get using an undedicated headphone. AK time, let's get this and see what it sounds like. Guys, again, you will have no issue using these as a hearing muff for hearing protection. That was just 10 rounds with the AK. AK is pretty loud, it's a pretty big round. So I had no issue hearing with that. The noise canceling is doing its job, the headphones are doing their job. So again, I'm not saying that the other ones are no good, because if you need a dedicated hearing protection muff that has the features of being at the range, having to listen to commands all the time, you know, you want your waterproofing with the Sordens, you want the extra features of the, I think they claim 600 hours battery life on the Sordens. I mean, go with that. You're spending a little less money, but you're not getting the sound quality that you would want from a headphone. So now I could turn on, it's connected to Bluetooth right now, but I could turn on music and hear some of the best quality sounding headphones on the market today while I'm shooting. I mean, you might say, oh, that's unsafe or whatever it is, but you're at the range by yourself, you're on your own range, private range or whatever, that won't matter to you. Shooting for fun with some buddies, put some tunes on real low at the same time, why not? You got quality sound, noise canceling. If you need to hear somebody, put your hand over, the mics are on, I hear the birds chirping, I hear the wind blowing, I hear everything. Off, back to noise canceling. It's just that quick. It takes less than a second for that to turn on or off when you have it covered. So no need even for the ambient sound buttons to turn them on or off, unless you don't feel like having your hand over your ear for an extended period of time. Say you're listening to direction at the range. I don't think you can beat it. You're getting a quality headphone. If you're into music and you're going to use them for working out, I use these for working out or for anything else, you can now use these as a tool for earring protection, because it's a muff just like anything else is a muff. Alright guys, so what I want to do real quick was just do a quick little tabletop of the features you're going to get with these. You know, they're foldable, not like these are foldable, but they are foldable, compact to lay in their case, throw in your bag, or you know, whatever it is. But to real quick show you the button features here. You have your noise canceling here, you have your ambient sound here, and your power on and off here, and your import jack should you want to hardwire it to your laptop, airport, on an airplane, anything like that. Yes, they're expensive, more expensive than your top tier electronic earmuff like the Sordens. What you're not getting with the Sordens is the high quality sound as a headphone. If you're in classes all the time, if you're doing that sort of thing all the time, spend the money on the electronic EarPro. If you're more of a casual shooter that doesn't shoot that often, I think, in my experience with many different kinds of EarPro, you know, wearing it every day, this is just as good. And what I like about these are those additional features that you're not going to get with any other music dedicated headphone. So the touch to turn off the noise canceling, as I demonstrated in the video, you're not going to get that in any other music headphone. So why not adapt that and get more bang for your buck? You're going to spend $300 and some on a pair of quality premium music headphones. Why not pull double duty? Why not figure out another way to utilize that $300 and some you spent on headphones even more? And I actually reached out to Sony and I sent them an email just about this idea. I said, why isn't the top tier company in technology as far as sound goes, noise canceling? Sony is one of the top tier, like it or not, in quality premium sound. Obviously they have different grades of quality depending on how much they want to spend, but just like anything else. So why aren't they getting into the market of shooting sports? Why couldn't they develop an awesome electronic earmuff? Yes, they're geared more into the TV, sound, all that, but why not branch off into a whole nother market and develop something geared towards the massive shooting community that we have? So that was my question. And obviously they never got back to me. But I went out and bought these because regardless if they wanted to work together or not, I was going to get them. and see if they would work. See if it would work. I don't see why it wouldn't have worked. And I think it did work. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a human decibel reader. But from my experience in wearing EarPro all the time, these are just as good as Impact Sports. They're just as good as standard earplugs. And I'm going to say they're just as good as the Sordens. I've never owned the Sordens. I've never used the Sordens. But if you look at their specs as far as decibel go, it's very similar to these, because at the end of the day it's a muff. Regardless of how good their electronic cutoff capabilities are and the extra waterproofing and all that extra stuff that you're not going to get with these aren't waterproof. Just as good, I think. So if you want to spend a little extra money, you're not a shooter for a living, you don't do it every day, get a premium headphone. You're not going to get another from Sony or any company. The only company that I know that makes a headphone, quality premium music headphone with the touch capabilities that this has. Now, you've probably done other research. This probably isn't the first this video you've watched on these, so I'm not going to go over every little feature these have for the music side, but you saw the main feature of the noise canceling cutoff on and off to utilize those microphones that they have on the ear cups. So again, there's no volume control on those like you would get on these to bring your ambient noise up or down how much you want to hear, but it's adequate. I can tell you that I was in my house listening to music at a reasonable volume. I wouldn't say halfway, but I mean these, you know, the noise canceling is good. So listen to music at a decent volume and had the ambient sound on, ambient sound and ambient voice sound, and I could hear the TV playing in the background just fine. So really, if that's all you're looking for, I would just spend the extra couple bucks and go with these. There you go, guys. I mean, I recommend these. Best thing you can get for the money. Headphone wise, Bluetooth capability, you get about 20 hours on these. Battery life, charges USB, so no regular batteries. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, secrets you don't know about the Sony MDR 1000x.